Now, good morning, dear students. Welcome to today's class. As we had already started a new chapter that is not for profit organization, and about not for profit organizations and its characteristics being discussed in our previous classes, receipts and payment and the format of receipts and payment being also discussed very in our next classes, and some few items which we are using in accounts of non-for-profit organization is also being discussed very in a next class of this new chapter. And let's proceed towards the another topic, that is fund-based accounting. So what is fund-based accounting? Fund means amount received or set aside by not-for-profit organization for a specific purpose. This is what a type of specific purpose for which the fund being set aside by the not-for-profit organization. Fund amount along with the income earned on the funds cannot be used for the purpose other than those for which is received or set aside. It means the fund for which the not-for-profit organization received, this fund cannot be utilized or used for another purpose. Like if the fund being received for match expenses or the match fund being received, so this fund will be used for match related expenses or match related items, isn't it? This match related fund will not be used for some other funds or some other purpose. So in this accounting, receipts of donations and income related to particular funds are credited to that fund, and payment and expenses are debited to it. It means if there is any income being received from that particular fund, it will be added to that particular fund itself in your liability side, and if there is any expenses being incurred from that particular fund, it will be deducted from the particular fund itself. So you just see the funds being categorized in two types. First one, that is unrestricted fund, and second one, that is restricted fund. So what is unrestricted fund? General fund or capital fund is type of unrestricted fund. There is no restriction of use of money or funds from this capital fund or general fund, but there is a restriction of under in a restricted fund. So first one, that is government grant, endowment fund, fixed assets fund, prize fund, match fund. So these are the type of restricted fund. These funds will use for this particular fund itself. Like government grant, if government has provided grant for polio eradication program, so for that particular eradication activities, you can use that particular grant of the government. You cannot use for uh, endowment fund or prize or fixed assets fund or prize fund or match fund. You just whatever the amount government being provided for polio eradications, you just use the fund for that particular purpose itself. And if you have received the prize fund, then you can use the prize fund for prize related activities, and whatever income that you will receive from this prize fund, that particular income will be added in prize fund itself. So I hope you all have understood the concept of fund based accounting and restricted and unrestricted fund, and about the practical concepts or practical portions of fund based accounting that will be discussed in our online classes. So the theoretical portions being discussed of fund based accounting, and now let's proceed towards the another topic, that is subscription. So what is subscription? It is the amount paid by members at regular intervals to keep its membership alive. Subscriptions are normal main source of revenue for non-for-profit organizations. As we had already discussed at the time of or at the beginning of the new chapter or in our very first classes of not-for-profit organization, that subscription and donations are the main source of income for not-for-profit organizations. So it is what the amount paid by its members at regular interval to keep its membership alive, that is known as what a subscription. and subscriptions are a normal main source of revenue for not-for-profit organizations, isn't it? So I hope you all have understood the meaning of subscription, and let's proceed. The table showing calculation of subscription for the current year. At the time of preparing receipts and payment account in our online classes, and at the time of telling the things which we are recording in receipts and payment account, I have told you that the amount related to previous year, current year, and next future year, all the amount will be recorded in a receipts and payment account when the amount being received in cash. So the amount of subscription received during the year, whether in respect of previous year, current year, or future period, is shown in receipts and payment account. Whatever amount which we have shown in our receipts and payment account, that particular amount will be recorded in a subscription. And what are the things that will be added? Subscription outstanding at the end of the year. It means the amount which is earned but not yet received, that is related to this particular itself according to uh, accrual concept, that the income earned but not received. Like this, subscription earned but not received, it is outstanding but the income of this year, that's why it will be recorded in a add side. And now comes towards the another one, that is subscription received in advance in the beginning of the year. This is the amount which we have received in our previous year, which is related to current year. It will also be recorded or added in this table. And now proceed towards the less items which will be deducted from your subscription. So subscription outstanding in the beginning of the year, it means the outstanding subscription which we had not received in previous year, but we are receiving or received this amount of subscription in this current year, and it is not related to, or it is not a income of this current year itself, it is the income of previous year. That's why we are going to deduct this amount. And the second one, that is subscription received in advance at the end of the year, that means the amount of subscription which we have received in advance. Like in this 2020 we have received the amount of subscription for the year 2022. So the amount of 2022 which we have received in this current year, that will not be shown under income and expenditure account. Why? Because this is not the income of this current period. That's why it will be less from this table. And after calculating these all things, you can find out the subscription that will be shown in income and expenditure account. So I hope you all have understood the table showing calculation for subscriptions for this current year, and it is also calculated with the help of subscription account. You just see the things. Outstanding subscriptions will be recorded in a debit side of the subscription account. This outstanding subscription is what related to previous year or the subscriptions in the beginning of the year. That particular outstanding subscriptions will be recorded in a debit side of the subscription account, and any advance subscription that we have uh, advance subscription that is concerned with the previous year, this will be recorded in a credit side of this subscription account. Okay, and now let's proceed towards the bank. That means the amount of subscription that we have received related to previous year, current year, or future period. This amount of subscription will be recorded here with the amount or with the name of bank, and any outstanding subscription related to this year will also be recorded in a credit side of this subscription account, and the advance subscription that we have received during this current year concerned with the next year or future period, that will be recorded in a debit side of this subscription account, and the differences will be shown in income and expenditure account, and the actual amount of subscription for the current year a concerned period will be recorded in a income and expenditure account, that is what a balancing figure. So I hope you all have understood the concept of subscription and how it will be calculated with the help of table and how it will be calculated with the help of subscription account, both being discussed, and the current year subscription will automatically transfer to income and expenditure account. It is a big source of income for the concern of not-for-profit organizations. So we have learned and understood how to calculate the amount of subscription that to be shown in income and expenditure account, and about the practical questions of subscriptions that will be discussed in our online classes. So I hope you all have understood the concept of subscription and uh, fund-based accounting itself. So that's all for the time being. Thank you all.